What's going on, YouTube? It's Pelfrey, and this is the Red Sea Reefer 250. And I gotta tell you, it is hot outside today. It's like a heat index of like 110 or something, I don't know. So all that I've really been doing is sitting right here and just looking at the tank. It's a pretty good view, in my opinion. But the tank's doing great. I love making these videos now that the tank is doing great. No issues whatsoever. Again, I'll knock on wood there. Yeah, it's very hot outside, ironically, and I have a long sleeve shirt on, only because I'm actually not wearing a shirt. So instead of my reflection coming off the tank, I decided to put the first thing I could find, which was a long sleeve shirt. So yeah, that makes sense. I already get it. I did get the baseboards in. Now we do have to still do the finishing touches on the baseboards, but I have to say the floor turned out great and the baseboards turned out great. Definitely a good learning experience, and I can't wait to get working on the upstairs of the house. Now I did not move the tank out when we did the baseboards, only because anyway, I always leave a good amount of room between the tank and the wall, just in case you need to get back there. And it just really didn't make sense. So I cut the piece that I needed as far as the length was concerned. And then I just nailed it here. And there's no other nails until you get over to this side. And excuse my miter there, it's not the best one ever, but I put nails here. And then when we moved the tank out, you know, whenever we have to move the tank again, I'll go ahead and nail that down and finish that up. But it just really doesn't make sense to go through a couple hours of work to move the tank out, because I'm gonna probably end up putting 4 nails in the board, and then you gotta just fix that. And yeah, it just doesn't make sense. You're never gonna know. I mean, it's pressed up against the wall pretty good. I mean, there's a decent sized gap behind the tank, but nobody's ever gonna know except for me and anybody that watches this video, of course. So I have been still cleaning the glass on a super regular basis. I don't know what it is, but you can see on the overflow back here, you can kind of see. Sorry, the blues are really heavy, but the back of the overflow has got this brown algae on it. You know, the pumps have this brown algae on it, but I'll take it because everything else is doing great. I know the last time we talked about this coral here, but the encrusting's just, everything is, you know, I'm very thankful and very happy with the direction that the tank has gone in. And this is just a future prediction. Now that we've got floors in, we've done a lot of stuff to this house. You know, these are things that we've wanted to do for a while. We just kind of did it. And we didn't want to pay anybody to do it. So this is what's going to happen. This is just my prediction. Now that we've done this and we got the floor to do upstairs, we're probably going to move. You know, my wife just says, no, 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 no. But I've known her for many years now. And once we get all this done, somebody's going to walk in here and they're going to say, I want this house. Or I hope they say that anyway. So I've kind of been looking, just looking here and there for cube tanks. Just so I could, you know, if I have to move this thing to a different location, to a different house or whatever, I'm just trying to think out loud here. And it'd be nice to find like a cube that's maybe like 30 inches or so. And that would probably actually do away with this tank at that point. That way, you know, if we did move, I could get a new tank set up at the new house. And then I could just move everything over. That rock work's not glued together, whatever. So, you know, I'm just thinking out loud here. Not, you know, I'm probably 50-50 on predictions, but, you know, it's never a bad idea to keep your eyes open and just kind of see what's out there. I am still waiting on my account to be released for the Mobius platform. Check it a couple times a week. I'm excited. I want to use Mobius, but obviously my account hasn't been released for that just yet. And I don't talk about this very often, but I was thinking about this last week. The Eheim auto feeder has been flawless for me. I don't give it enough credit But if you're looking for an auto feeder, the Eheim has been rock solid for me for over a year now. I've had literally no issues. I've not even had to replace the batteries in it. I fill it with pellets. You know, I don't know. I mean, that'll last me forever, but I do have it set to feed twice a day. And I do have a variety of pellets in the auto feeder, as well as some Benefits Reef food, so the powder. But yeah, I don't give the Eheim auto feeder enough credit. Before that, I had the Neptune AFS, and that was a great auto feeder as well. So if you do have the Apex, then you know you might as well get the AFS. But if you don't have the Apex and you're looking for a quality auto feeder that's 20, 30 bucks, whatever it is, definitely look at the Eheim auto feeder. It has been rock solid for me. And I was just also thinking about this. The tank has now been running for well over a year. Maybe 14, 15 months now, with no skimmer, without the Apex. I don't know, I took a bunch of stuff off the tank at that point, but the tank has been running this way for the longest that it's ever ran without me touching anything, minus whenever I did swap out the rock work. So I do want to just bring it up that I followed people that are running skimmerless systems, and that it really inspired me to go that way, especially, you know, 14, 15 months ago, whenever I was so close to breaking the tank down and selling it all. I decided to just simplify it, and that's what I've done, and it's worked out great for me. I finally stopped swapping out equipment every 2 weeks. Finally spent some money on some livestock, so it is actually looking like a reef now. You know, it's been great. I'm looking forward to the day that I can frag this big green slimer, because I've never fragged anything before. I mean, I've tried, you know, but normally the only reason that I've fragged anything is because it's on its way out, and I'm just trying to put a Band-Aid on whatever the real issue is with the tank. But I would like to get some of this out to the local people. I do have a guy that's local to me that's gonna come get these mushrooms at some point. I just want them gone. You know, there's one that's floated back there in the back of the tank, and they're pretty corals, but they're not doing anything for me, and they're on the back of the tank. So, you know, whenever it does come time to frag anything in here, I'm definitely, you know, I'll probably ask for some type of money, but it's not gonna be ridiculous. Trust me. I mean, I'm not in this for that, and I would rather spread the love, or even, you know, maybe try to find somebody that wants to trade something. I don't know, you know, but I'm not gonna say, well, oh, this is a rare green slimer, I need $60 for a nub. No, that's not how this is gonna work. So, looking forward to that. I feel like that coral could probably be fragged now. I mean, it's big, and it's got some girth to it, that's for sure. What else is going on with the tank? I haven't done a water change now for about, well, probably right at 2 months, which is awesome because I'm saving money on salt. I'm not having to make as much water, so it's been very interesting, which I do feed a couple frozen cubes a week with, you know, Acro Power and Phyto, and I'm throwing a bunch of stuff back into the tank. I'm definitely a believer in coral aminos, so I do use the Brightwell aminos, and I also use Acro Power. You know, it may just be snake oil or whatever, but I add it to my tank, and since I'm not doing water changes, I think it really helps. Now, the only thing that I feel like I really should do is add, get another Kamoer X1 dosing pump, so that I can dose the Acro Power with the doser instead of dosing it by hand. But you know, it's worked out for me for many months now. If I come across an X1 that's a pretty good deal, then I may go ahead and pick it up. I do have an extra pump head, so you know, as far as the sump is concerned, nothing new. Did make a new fresh batch of Kalkwasser because that one's getting kind of low. Harvested about 2 gallons of chaeto morpha the other day. Still have a bag that's got bubble algae and, you know, chaeto morpha and Cyperax. So A lot of people are gonna freak out. Oh, you got bubble algae. I don't care. I really don't. It's not in the display. I buy emerald crabs from reef cleaners. They take care of that. So if you got bubble algae, just, you know, I've had great luck with the emerald crabs from reef cleaners. So look at that before you're gonna start dosing Vibrant or anything else. So anyway, rant over on that. But that's about that, folks. You know, it's chugging along, everything's going great. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off here. So as always, I appreciate you following along. Be sure to check me out on Instagram at Pelfrey's Reef. Check out the website at pelfrey.net. And I'll catch you on the next one.